we're going to be destroying 3 large hermit crabs, all for an achievement, and complete Queen of the Hill on Impossible with the challenge on. Let's go. Choose whichever one you want, but I prefer rapid fire. As soon as you start, make sure to get all this free food and make a full chamber of workers. We have a lot that we need to get done in a very short amount of time. Make sure to get the not so secret anymore stash of food behind the entrance. Make sure to turn off fighting and start gathering from the aphid farms. Oh, and make sure to start making a chamber of spitters. Once all the food is exhausted from the aphids on the right side, move to the left. We're also going to start making this chamber to the right of our nest and also dig out this chamber right here. We're going to make 3 melees for the spitter group. Once the left side has started to clear out again, like the right, you just go back to the right. Now we'll stay here. Make sure to put all your food into the spitters. We're also going to open up these 2 chambers to the top right. We're going to put a 3rd marker out here where we're going to turn off food gathering and put another group of spitters in there. By the way, you may want your underground group to go help out your gathering ants on the surface. They don't quite seem to have enough spitters hatched to deal with the menace themselves. The first night has started. What we're just going to do is we're going to try and protect our aphids right up here. We're going to have the spitters protecting the aphids, and we're going to have the workers just keep gathering while we go underground and make sure we keep opening up chambers to get even more food. We're going to increase the amount of melees in our underground chambers by 7. So we'll have 7 melees and a full chamber of 19 spitters underground. And we actually are having a bit of trouble keeping up with underground tasks. So I am going to now move the workers from gathering food to helping out underground. We're going to turn on food gathering for our spitters, okay? And we're also going to give them some extra ants. Now we are also going to give them 7 melees. Oh, and apparently some Devil's Coach Horse have decided to say hi, and I need my workers back out there now. At this point, you don't quite have the ants to fully defend this and also take care of your nest tasks, so you kind of have to go back and forth between the two. Because you don't want these ladybugs eating your aphids. Now that we're starting to make a second chamber of spitters, I feel a bit more confident swapping the workers back into the nest and getting that second chamber of spitters out there. Once we stabilize, everything will be fine. It's just stabilizing is a little bit of growing pains. And speaking of pain, I'm going to cause you a lot of pain if you don't like and subscribe. How else are you going to enjoy the Matabele ants when they come out on June 7th? Think about it. Now, don't neglect your underground group. You'll want another chamber of spitters for them too. Once you stabilize your aphid farms, that's when you can start investing in your underground group. All right, daytime has arrived and we have opened up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chambers. Wait, no, make that 10. My bad. Just to give you a place of reference. And we're going to make that 11 now. Right after we open that chamber, the black ants have started their invasion. Pretty much as soon as daybreak hits, you're going to be invaded, so you can't really do too much digging out underground. I'm going to wait for the wood ants to start coming out, which they're coming out right now. We're going to have our underground group go out and meet them. And then once we've taken them out, we're going to open up, I'd say this chamber down here. All right, we've just finished the chamber of spitters for our underground group, just as the black ants start to attack us again. By the way, I made some adjustments to my audio, so let me know how that sounds in the comments down below. Since we got all of our spitters done for our underground group, I'm now going to start expanding the amount of melees we have in them. More wood ants are attacking us, so we're going to help out with that defense. I was going to open up this chamber, but seems the ants have something else in mind. Yeah, I know the colony is starving because I picked a bad time to add more ants to my army. It'll be fine. Eventually. We're just going to have our underground group help out above ground for the time being until we can get our numbers more normalized. And night has fallen. So ideally tonight, what we want to get done is we want to clear out every piece of underground food we can. Because tomorrow night, we're just going to be spending the whole time hunting. And that's a lot of tempting fish to go and grab. Oh, it is very tempting, but I don't think it's a good idea. We're going to finish off our melee chamber for the underground group. And then we're going to spend the rest of our food finishing off the spitter chamber for our farm group. All right, we finished off our last chamber of ants. So now we're not going to make any more ants. We're going to have just 2 groups of 2 chambers of spitters and 1 of melees. We're going to have 1 group constantly on the aphid farm, and we're going to have the other group be our rapid response group. From now on, what we're going to do is we're going to upgrade the spitters in our rapid response group. Ideally, we want them all level 3. All right, we've just started opening up the last chamber of the underground. And there we go. All the food underground has been secured. And now the next day has begun. This day, we're just going to hold our ground and hopefully be able to drive off the ant invasions. Keep upgrading your ants, but always have a surplus of food stocked up just in case. I'd recommend about 200, just in case the worst things happen. So we do have a full chamber upgraded at level 3, but we will probably not upgrade the other chamber until night happens. Because now they're going to start attacking us both at the same time. Alright, so since night is now falling, we have 1 objective and 1 objective only. We must take out 3 hermit crabs. Or 3 large ones, should I say. There will be 4 active tonight. We only have to take down 3. But if we can take down the 4, well then I won't say no to that, because that's extra food. Now if we just wait here, eventually the hermit crabs will wander close enough to where we can ambush them. It also wouldn't hurt to clear out the other hermit crabs slash spiders that are roaming tonight, just to make our job a little bit easier. There we go, see, 1 hermit crab already down. There goes number 2. And there we go, number 3, piece of cake. Told you it would be no problem. In fact, we can take out the other large one just because we can, and it's an extra 120 food. Be aware this night that your aphid farm might get a little overwhelmed by some of the attacks. Just something to be aware of. And just because I'm feeling bold and saucy, I'm going to also try and challenge the creatures to the left of my nest. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, that's what could possibly go wrong. They'll just clump up by my nest. Is it a smart idea? No. Am I going to do it? You bet I am. Day has arrived. This means that the ants will come up and challenge our farms. So what we're going to do is we're going to group up both of our groups on our 1 aphid farm to the right of our nest. That way we have an actual chance of getting some food tonight. Yeah, just be aware that the wood ants do have level 3 spitters, and they're a mix of rapid fire and mortar, so the mortars will definitely shred your army. Just something to be aware of, that you may want to stockpile food and may not want to upgrade your ant army all the way like I have. In fact, we're going to go underground just because I'm worried we may not survive. So I'm going to consolidate my forces. And then we'll have a little bit of a reprieve to gather up some food before the last attack. Desperate measures, Okay, so this time we're doing a lot better food-wise because I have a full chamber of level 3 spitters. And, oh yeah, it's not even... Oh, it's just turning into day 3, so... Considering we're at the point that we were last time, a day earlier, we're doing really great. If you're in a food situation like last time, just have 1 chamber upgraded and then stockpile food. That's essentially it. On the last day, don't upgrade anymore, just stockpile. Everything will be needed because those wood ants will rinse your troops. But if you're in the position I am, go ahead and upgrade. And I'm even expanding to the second aphid farm just because I can. Regardless of how much food you have, you should hopefully have a full food store's worth of food. Here you can see I have just over 1,000 food stored up. What we're going to do is we're just going to completely abandon the aphid farms and hide underground. That way our armies are grouped up and able to take on the enemy, but also so that way we don't slowly drain our food to having to deal with defending our aphid farms. Again, these wood ants hit like a truck, so the less we have to spend fighting them, the better. And we don't want to fight the wood ants in the open. If we can get them underground, we can ambush their level 3 mortars before they start doing that splash. I mean, you can just see how much we're demolishing the black ants right now. Yeah, here's the big problem right here. See all those level 3s? Not good. But once we get underground, their melees won't be able to protect their squishy mortars. Well, as well, anyway. See, we only lost not even 100, I'd say probably 50. Whereas before, we would have lost 400 or so. I can't remember how much we lost. Denied. And if we really wanted to, we could go out and get some more food real quick right before the last invasion, but we don't need to. Since both armies only took 200, I think we're plenty good. Just so you do know, I do have a second chamber of level 3 spitters, but if I had one chamber, I'd say maybe at most I lost 300 more if I had only one level 3 compared to 2. This is their final assault and also their final moments. There we go, and the queen is dead. We fended off the wood ants, now for the black ants. The black ants are no longer a threat to us. And that's how you beat Queen of the Hill on Impossible with a challenge and get yourself the achievement. Meat's back on the menu.